Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of the most competitive card games out there, and the road to success is usually an expensive one. I'm Point A to B, and welcome to my sealed-only Yu-Gi-Oh! Journey. This is sealed-only business mode, in which we will take 3 of the Spirit Charmer structure decks and climb our way to the top with a competitive deck. Now, being as that we're a grad student and we pay for our truck, amongst other things, we're going to have some rules here. So we can purchase cards from our existing collection, and we have a budget of $2 per week from ourselves. So this avoids 1 to 2 episodes of us boosting our deck right off the bat. So it's going to be a lot more progressively with that. Now, for sealed product, if we do attempt to get anything, week by week, we're going to have a budget of $30. And then we're going to have some prizes here. Our single game wins are going to earn us $1 towards the collection buyouts. And our match wins are going to earn us $2 towards the collection as well. So let's get it.
Alright, so I've had these bad boys just sitting in my room since release date. So I'm going to finally open them. I'll open one, and then I'll put together a deck and show you guys what we come up with for our humble beginnings. It's a really good sound. Okay, let's see. So these are pretty cool structure decks. I know the mat matches the token you get. So that will be the play mat we have in this first one. Let's see how this thing looks. Pretty cool, honestly. So that matches the token we have. Pretty cool. All right, this will go in the paper mat collection. So now for the deck, I'm really pumped to see which one of the ultra rares we get. Really epic to get an ultra of the earth and the wind, or the earth and the fire one. So that's our token. Right off the bat, we got the fire. We got a Hida, so that's really cool. Definitely playing that. There's for Archfiend. Definitely playing that. Here's the fire one. Grand Spiritual Art, Ichirin. Okay. Spirit Charmers, would definitely be playing that. A super rare Regeki. That's pretty sick. I'll go on the side deck at least. Possessed Partnerships. And here are the OG Charmers. So we got Osa, Area, Hida, and Win. So your OG Charmers. Here's the Eater, we're definitely playing that. Jacobite, Nari Fire, Ranru, or Ryu. Those will go over here in the maybe. Fairytale Sleeper, Fairytale Rella, and Fairytale Luna. We're definitely playing that. This Woodcrafter is pretty cool. We could play it. I think it's like a hand trap. But I'll go in the maybe for now. Dark Dorado, Witch of the Black Forest, Effect Veiler right away. We're getting 3 Veilers, that's huge. Denko Sek will go into the sideboard. Awakening of the Possessed, probably playing that. Secret Village, we'll put in the sideboard for now. Knowledge, Terraforming, Book of Eclipse, side deck. Twin Twister side deck. Those are some pretty good cards. Dark Ruler No More, this is a must in the side deck. Unpossessed, I think I got 2 super rares of this. Spiritual Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind Arts. The Spiritual Arts, they're really not good, so we're going to throw those over there. Common Metaverse, and D-Barrier, that's going to go in there. We might do something with Solemn Warning. Pretty cool. Alright, then we get some Phantom Rage marketing and Duel Links marketing and the Link Evolution Legacy of the Duelist. Alright guys, I'm going to crack open these other 2 and I'll show you the deck I come up with. Alright, we built the deck. Here's our rough draft. 1 of each of the familiar possessed. We did pull 1 of the fire and 2 of the wind. So we'll get to that when we showcase where we're going to be selling. 3 Archfiend, 2 Inari Fire. I think this ratio will obviously change. I'm actually looking to go the pure Charmer route, at least for the beginning of the series. And we will probably always have at least like 1 of each of these in the deck. We might play the Water and the Wind. Those are potential cards to be bought from our collection. Then you have 3 Eater and 3 Luna. So all of that stuff is pretty self-explanatory. These are musts. So that's all that good stuff. For hand traps, because you did get 2, 3 Veiler, and I'm actually going to play 3 of the Witchcrafter Golem Ruru. The more I read this card, I realized how good it is, especially early on. This is a really good card to have in the deck. So I was thinking 2, but we're going to rock with 3 just to have some fun. For the spells, we're going with 3 Spirit Charmers, main card of the deck, 3 Awakening of the Possessed, continuous spell, pretty good, 2 of the Field, 1 Secret Village, 1 Terraforming. Today's metagame plays a lot of spells, most of the decks do, so if you can stick a Secret Village going first, it's pretty good. We also threw in some one-ofs spells, Regeki, Twin Twister, and 1 Dark Ruler. I was thinking of playing 2 in the main, just to have some more going second cards, along with the hand traps. But, you know, I'm just going to tech these all at 1 for now. They're just really good utility cards to have, and we have more in the side deck. 3 Possessed Partnerships. It's the best trap in the deck. It's really good. It's one of the best cards. 2 Unpossessed, and 1 Solemn Warning. So that's going to do it for our whole main deck. The sideboard is pretty simple too. We'll run through it real quick. For the back row decks, we're going to go with 3 Danko Sekka. More going second cards, 3 Book of Eclipse. The other 2 Dark Ruler No Mores. 2 Twin Twisters, pretty much goes with Danko for the back row decks. And just to get going second card. A second Secret Village. When we know we're going first, we'll try to stick the Secret Village more often in a matchup where it's a lot better against a deck that's going to use heavy spells. And then Triple D Barrier. This is like even sided in like a lot of other decks nowadays. It's really good because against Zodiac, call XYZs, Virtual, they call Synchros, and Drytron, we can just call Ritual and locks them out as well. You know, different other matchups like Shaddoll and stuff called Fusion. Like, there's so many uses for this card. It's really good. And a common reprint was huge for the structure deck. And then I didn't really know, so I was just filler for the second Solemn Warning. Why not? That's going to do it for our whole starting deck. So next we're going to go over some of the cards we're going to throw on TCG Player. We're going to put the Ultra Win that we pulled extra that we don't need. The other Greater Inari Fire. The third field spell. 2 of these Regekis, super rare. The third Solemn Warning. We may even end up putting the second one on there at some point. And 3 Common Metaverse. So these are all going to go on my TCG Player for now. Link down below. You guys will check out my store. It's actually called Atomic Alias Cards. Yeah, we're going to list all these on there, and without further ado, let's get to the matches. Time to duel!
Kicking off the series, we lose RPS, and we're going second against, of all things, PK, Orckust, Rocket. So just a big mash here. We start off pretty good, Luna, into another Luna, and we're going to have Warning set with our Nefarious play from the Eater summon at the end of this, but we just poking for a bunch of damage because he had a hand trap hand, I guess, so he just didn't do anything, even though he could have went Torn Skills. Here he goes Foolish to get Boot Sector from the Tracer, and then summons out Recharger, and I'm thinking he's gonna like make Savage or something, but he makes the Chaos Ruler guy. And you'll see he really likes this Slumvoid Synchro, but we have the Veiler for it, so moving on, he goes Torn Scale into Cloak and Skeleton to grab the boots and Cherubini, sends another Skeleton, adds the Shade, and then he's able to go into Rusty here. Rusty dump another Torn Scale and the Fog Blade. Here we have the Golem. We have Golem, so you'll see throughout the series, this card's really good. I'm really happy we played 3 of it. Yeah, so we're able to bounce back the Chaos Ruler, which was really good, and then we get another Luna that we had next for this turn as a follow-up. It's met with an Ash though, so we chain the other effect, and we baited out that Fog Blade, which is what I was trying to do. So, because if he Fog Blade our Golem, we're in a bad spot because we can't get this back, and this card's gonna single-handedly just get us places in this match at least. Might not win us like crazy, but it's gonna get us places. So I was just showing him that Golem goes back to our hand during a standby. How do we let the Fog Blade go through on that? it wouldn't have. So we take game 1. Alright, so after he scoops, we're in game 2. He goes some more standard rocket combos here, more Dragon Link stuff. I'm thinking he's like still on more Dragon Link. But he pretty much just goes for the same play, makes that Chaos Ruler guy. No effect failure this game, so it goes through. He's got the Ash for our Spirit Charmers after we discard area, but we followed up with an Awakening and a Luna. Luna for Luna. And then we have the Eater play. So we just summon the Eater to have a presence on board. Although we could have went Nefarious, we just really can't get anywhere at that point. And we have Unpossessed too, which is pretty good. So we just bounce that Ruler with the Luna. We can't let him get any more advantage off that Synchro. So we set Unpossessed and Twin Twisters, looking pretty good. But he's got a nice Torn Skull combo, and he's just going to go to town here. Cherubini dumps Skeleton again. He gets a Fog Blade and a Boots, or Boots gets the Fog Blade. Makes Unicorn, he shuffles back our Unpossessed, which was unfortunate. Galatea, he goes right into Orckust combo here, and he sends Girsu with the Nightmare, which is really, really strong. Because he sends Girsu with the Nightmare here, and then dings our Twin Twister, and he brings back a Skeleton to go into second Galatea, but they tied because of Awakening. I just don't think many people read Awakening at all. So they tied, and then since Galatea is not linked, it doesn't protect itself from battle, so they tie normally. We go Luna, he goes Fog Blade, so we get to draw off Awakening, and we just draw into another one, and we just scoop right here. Our hand wasn't going to really go anywhere. Game 3, can we pull out the first match of the series? We start off really strong. Spirit Charmers, discarding a win, and we hit into the Luna and Possessed Partnerships. Summon the Luna, add a Luna. We're looking really strong. Turn 1, we have Golem, Possessed Partnerships and Twin Twisters set, and a Luna on board. Possessed Partnerships, so we use it right here because I know this is going to be some type of choke point, and we go after the Torn Scales right away. Luckily, he doesn't have any other recovery plays. So right here, we're going to just summon the Luna. Now, what we could have done is summon Ossa and went into Nefarious and just had more of a bigger presence on board, but I really liked the idea of 2 Luna bounces on their turn. So we just poked in for a bunch of damage. I wish I had an Awakening continuous spell up right now, but he goes back into more standard Dragon Link Striker to get the Boot Sector, and uses Striker's other effect to send the Recharger, and then he has the Torn Scales combo here. Goes into Cherubini. Cherubini sends Skeleton Boots, he gets the Brigandine, and then we see him Brigandine and Torn Scale into the Unicorn. Unicorn is going to put back our Twin Twister, which is good. We still have Partnerships. Actually really good. He goes regular Orckust combo, and then Nightmare sends the Girsu, which is really good because he's got a double Skeleton engraved to bring it back. He goes Galatea to get the Crescendo, sends Nightmare back, of course, and then ding Girsu. So right on the summon, we're going to chain one of our Lunas. And then we actually can't do this here because he's going to send this Luna right with ding. There's no window for you to use Luna, even though it's a quick effect. You can't. That's illegal. So I remember, and we put the Unicorn back and my Luna in the graveyard. Brings back Altea, so we can go into a Boral Sword. But here's where I was a little confused because I thought he could use Boral Sword's effect, and then I can't respond. But on the attack declaration, we revealed the Golem, and he just scoops. Match number 2, we lose another RPS, and we're going up against Sally. Starts off pretty strong with his Sign and Mining. And you'll see once he resolves his Buffalo with the Banelinks combo, he has the field spell and draws. He's going to be doing all this with 3 really strong cards. He's got Called by the Grave, DD Crow, and the Biru all in his hand as he just goes off with Salamangreat. Not a Veiler in sight for us, but we're going to have some fun. Our hand is definitely a hand, and this is going to be a really fun match. Sets the Roar and a Call by. Regeki, so we can just force out that Roar. Then we go Spirit Charmers, discard Dark Ruler to add the win. It's really not doing anything. It's pretty useless. And we get Unpossessed because we already have these two bad boys. We activate Ichirin. Ichirin is going to come into play here. It actually gives a lot of decks problems. They're forced to use some type of monster effect to get over it. Otherwise, this is going to negate automatically the first one they resolve. Summon the win to get the draw. Draw into a Golem, which is really good. And then we use Ichirin because he's trying to resolve Balinks. Our field spell's going to negate it. And we get rid of Sunlight Wolf, just like that. So he goes right into Jaguar. The Sunlight Wolf comes out, and then he uses the Crow to get rid of the Ichirin negate. Adds back Gazelle, goes into another Wolf. Rage is added, and he makes a Heat Leo with 3 back row. Rage pops the Awakening and the Ichirin because he can't destroy our win simultaneously because of Awakening. It's still on the board when he's destroying everything. So we use Possess Partnerships to get the Awakening and the Possess back, keeping our win up there. Brings out Jaguar and Falco, and he attacks with Heat Leo, so we go Golem here. And then he chains Roar to negate. Because it is on the attack declaration. And it's Counter Trap. So Roar's our Golem there, then we go Unpossessed in battle. So when Wind is destroyed, we get area out, and he can't get over it. It makes a Dweller, which isn't too big of a problem. But he does have the Rage to pop both of these bad boys. Pops our Unpossessed and our Awakening. We had to go ahead and add Ichirin off Terraforming activated just to, negate some monster effects, and we get rid of the Dweller right off the bat. Set the warning. Draws Imperial Order. Really good card. He comes off with Gazelle and the Spinny in the Grave. Summons a Helio. We have the Warning, which is really good. We bounces for Falco. Goes into a Balinks, summons Gazelle, goes into Splash Mage. Goes into Unicorn. But he can't make Unicorn because he went to Splash Mage this turn. You're locked into side versus when you use that effect. So he goes into Encode Talker, and he was telling me that it was the wrong Talker that he made, Link 3. But really cool guy, Boundless Bliss, rocking Soud in 2021. Gotta love it. Encode, 2 back row, and then we have pretty much nothing at this point. We have our field spell and Possess Partnerships. We're not doing too well, but we top deck Luna of all things, exactly what we needed. Add the Hita, go Partnerships. And, Call By is good, but Possess Partnerships doesn't target. It just special summons. So you're not targeting and giving them a window of opportunity to call by. So he just goes ahead and calls by the wins, and we bring back area, attacking for some damage. We also, right there, think we can normal summon twice, so it was a late night for me. He hits us with a Gozen. So at this point, we just go Spirit Charmers, and we want to keep the Luna. We get Unpossessed. But Gozen in the Imperial Order pretty good because he's stopping, obviously, essentially both our field spells. He's got monster effects on right now. So he pretty much just goes into a Rage with Heat Leo, and we chain Luna. I took care of that. And boom, he scoops. Game 2, he starts off really strong with Circle, adds Gazelle. Goes Gazelle, dumps the Jaguar, Balinks. He's just doing the classic salad. And then Parallel Exceed, very, very good extender. Very good extender. And he goes Sunlight Wolf, sets 3. He's got a Roar, a Rage, and a Circle. So everything you really need. And we're off the bat, Standby Phase, Twin Twister, and he's obviously going to Rage, or he's going to Roar that. Normal Luna at our Ossa, so we just had access to an Earth. Luna tried to get over, but we get in for 50 damage, and he just protects with Balinks. Set him Possessed. This time he's able to rage, but we try, obviously, to get rid of the Sunlight Wolf or Luna, but he just sent the other wolf. It's good for us because he's got a wolf in the grave. And it's spinning, and then he goes into access code here. Such a good card. Love this card. Special summons Gazelle. And then he's got the 2 boosts on the access code, and then makes Update Jammer. I was a little confused here. I don't know what else he could have done differently, but a lot of times I've lost to Salad with the access code being able to swing twice from the transcode and the Update Jammer. So I don't know if he could have went that route with the combination of cards he had, but that's just how I've seen it happen. So I don't know if he had a different thing in mind. And then here, he actually can't even bring back Jack Jaguar because it's got to be a Salad that he sends. So he just hits in for a huge bit of damage, and we survive. So we're at 1700. Summon Luna. Luna and Luna. Therius comes out. Get our Luna back. And then here, we get really lucky. He goes access code on the Therius because it's all fire links. Salad's all fire links. Unless he was able to have the update in the grave or something like that. Our Luna is going to stay on board, which means our Golem's live. So I was really pumped about that. He tries to use it, and I tell him he can't, obviously, because same attribute. But we have Golem, and we get it to resolve again on another access code in game 2. But he's got Signet Mining, so he's still going off. He's got the Buffer Low, he's got Bailey's coming out, he's going full Salad again with the Wolf and a Cyclone set. And we top deck Spirit Charmers. So we're getting some nasty top decks this series. Discard also. And the Hita set Unpossessed. Normal Luna, grab a win. And then we just, try to swing over everything. He protects with Balinks, and then he Cosmics us at the end phase. Banishes our Unpossessed, so we have partnerships live, which is huge. He draws DD Crow, so he tries to he crows the Asa, and we try to go partnerships. Summons Jack Jaguar after crowing the Asa, and then normals Foxy to middle 3, doesn't hit anything. Summons Spinny back, goes into a Wolf, heads Roar. Summons Hita, and then kind of using the Charmers against us, and then he goes into a Helio. We Luna right away to get rid of Leo, and then he uses Luna and Helio go back. He sets the Roar, and we just go Itcher in. He roars it, so you can have his monster effects be turned on, because this card even gave Salad a huge problem this match. And we summon the Luna, of course, and we had an area, just get different attributes. Because I think, we already used all 3. We set the Unpossessed off partnerships from the grave. Don't forget about that effect. We can't. Golem attacks over Wolf, finally off the board. Luna for an 1850, so we're grinding with 1550, and he's top decking. We're in a really good spot. Charles goes in match, and he uses Foxy, pops a Sanctuary to just at least get Foxy on board. Those 3 hits another Foxy, Ash and Cosmic back to the deck. Then he goes Balinks and the Jack Jaguar, and there's the scoop. He just sets goes in, but we're too much. We're too far ahead here. So match number 2 we take. We're 2-0 this series. Match number 3, we win an RPS, and we're going up against Infinite Noble Knights. Now, thankfully, I've ran the deck, and I'm very familiar, so we're in a good spot here. We start off really strong. Spirit Charmers, Scar Nefarious, add win. Set Possessed Partnerships. Activate the Awakening of the Possessed. Normal summon our win, and draw a card. And we drew exactly what we needed. Special summon that Eater and get out Nefarious Archfiend. Press Archfiend brings back our Eater. We go Eater in this situation because we want Win in the graveyard. That way, Possessed Partnerships is live on their turn. He starts off really strong. He's got a really strong hand too. He's got Chalice into Oliver, hell of a card. Used to be how you just get through Nibiru every time. He goes Durendal, adds Red Layer and Renaud. Renaud's going to add back that Durendal. So good. He goes Sold into Gearfried. And here he sends 4 to summon Armonite. Armonite sent Plague. Puts a card on the top of the deck for Plague. And then here comes Hawk. So right here I'm thinking, okay, we're getting close to the choke point. As soon as he brings that 001, it's time. So we go Partnerships, we're going to summon Win. This is what I love doing on their turn too, because we're going to get a draw and a pop for Partnerships. We're going to pop that Hulk, because we popped the Despot. I just expected him to have DER, Living Fossil, just other extenders, and obviously we know he has Oliver, so he could have just made another Hulk. Kind of still had 001 resolve, so we're in a good spot there. But he ends up normaling the Oliver, didn't even normal his turn, goes into the Auroradon. And luckily off the Awakening earlier, we drew Valor, so we were able to stop this. It was huge. But he still has Joyous to add back his Renaud, and then he can go Fossil into Oliver, summon Brigadine, and he'll make a Savage. Here he tries to summon Gearfried. Also, he's about to go into battle phase. Yeah, he forgets. I just think he was ignoring Awakening or didn't know. But we have 2 attributes on board, so everything gains 600. Our Win's at 2650. Eater's even at 21. So I love this card. So after that, he just scoops. I'm going to count this as a single win. Not going to count it as a full match because he admitted defeat and then boom. Like you're seeing siding right now, but he scooped. I just wanted to show a game against, not that Infinite was the most popular. I really wanted to show a game against another meta relevant deck. All right, so to recap episode 1, we came away with a nice $9 towards our collection buyouts. This is from the 2 matches that we won and the 5 single games in total. Comment, like, subscribe, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.